Hey guys, it's been a while since my last YouTube video, and I sort of feel like I'm facing my public speaking fears all over again. But anyway, we're gonna try and just talk about what happened in the market this week, why it happened, how we could have seen it coming. Um, as you know, I trade the Strat, so we're gonna start by looking at the QQQ monthly chart. So I've already kind of have my levels marked. Um, we've been going into all-time highs for the last, it feels like forever. So whenever you're into all-time highs, you're always at exhaustion risk, and we look for possible corrections. So one of the strat reversals is a 2 up, which means you want it to stay above the previous month's high. And if it doesn't, that's sort of a red flag. So when it started coming back down, so this is February. So February closed at, or had a low of 310.88. So whenever March opened up, the 2-2 reversal to the downside was when we hit 310.88. And what I like to do is I like to take and mark my levels. So for instance, this would be target 1 around 305, and then this would be target 2 right at 298. And if you look at where the March candle went, it's pretty amazing. It took out 305, it took out 298, and the low of today was 297.45. So we took out that level by like 60 cents. And then you know that once your target's hit, that's a good point to look for reversals. So how could you have seen that and known to go long when that happened? So if we go to the hourly chart, you're going to see this right here. You're going to see a 3, a 2 down, and then a 2 back up. And if you know anything about broadening formations and what I talk about and teach and what Rob teaches is 3s, outside bars, are a broadening formation on a smaller time frame. So we like to look for reversals back through. So if I take my little drawing tools and I go from this high to this high and this low to this low, and like I said, so this 298 is the level on the monthly. That was our most recent closest target. So that would be, when you got short from 310, your ultimate target to cover would be at 298. So then we get a flip. This is the 9:30 candle. So this candle, well, my time. So this candle starts at 10:30. So the entry would be here, 302.72, with a target of the 3, at least the 3. So 302.72 to 307.36. So that was a beautiful, against the grain long trade. But like I said, we had already hit all of our targets. So we were kind of at exhaustion risk to the downside, which is when you want to start to begin to look for reversals the other way. And if we go to the daily time frame, you'll see, so that 298, that was this obvious pivot that we took out. And I'm always talking about taking out obvious pivots, and why I say that support is not horizontal, it usually is diagonal. So we did take this low out. So if people had their stops at 298.09, which was the low of this candle, they got out at the very bottom, and they sold for a loss at the very bottom. So I kind of thought that this chart was interesting. The other, I wanted to talk about SPY also. So 1 second. So SPY, and all I wanted to say here is that SPY is much stronger than QQQ. It is still an inside month. Things were looking pretty grim earlier in the morning. But we knew if we didn't break yesterday's low today, that we wouldn't trigger this monthly 2 down. And we didn't. We held the low barely, but we did, and we ended up going 2 up. And if you want to look at that on the hourly, your long reversal was right here at like 377 with a minimum target of this. What's that? 380.58. And then we have what? We have a 3. So our outside bars, they're always a target. The tops of them or the bottom of them, depending on which way you're going. But in this case, we were going up. So our target was to take out 383.99. And we did. We hit 384.76. What's the other one? Okay, I wanted to talk about Tesla. This was perfect also. So we went 2 up on the month in January. In February, we broke January's low. So the short target was 717.19. And what was our target? It was the next monthly low, which was 541.21. We hit 539.49. Like, this is insane how stupid simple this is. So that was your target. So that would mean cover your shorts right here. Let's go to the daily. Let's look at it on the daily time frame. Obvious pivot. We took it out. And then we reversed. Let's look at the hourly. Now, Tesla was not as strong as SPY and QQQ, but the entry would have been here at the high of this 2 down, because then we went 2 up. So the entry was 583.21 with a target of up here. But like I said, Tesla has been substantially weaker even compared to QQQ. So Walmart. I wanted to talk about Walmart. Everybody's talking about how oversold it was. Go to the monthly chart. Do yourself a favor. Look for your targets. Look for your levels. So the reversal on Walmart was a break of this level, which was 142.30. And we kind of had a pivot machine gun. We had this was a target, this was a target, this was a target, this was a target. The next target would be down here and down here. Now, let's go to the daily. And everybody was talking about how oversold Walmart was. But look again, here's your obvious pivot right here, that 126.63 level. And we hit 126.28. So if you wanted to go long, you were best not to create a long position until we took out this pivot, because that's how price action works. It's not, market makers stopping you out or whatever. It's people, big money, getting in when all people have triggered their stop losses and want to get out. Let's see. The only other chart I want to talk about is Palantir, because I have never seen so much confirmation bias in my life. We're gonna delete all these drawings. And everybody's talking about, oh, it's, Kathy Wood is in it. Buy, buy, buy. Well, I don't even know, because I don't pay attention to where she gets in, because I don't care. But she probably got in, let's say, in the 30s, and I made this comment on Twitter, is, don't rely on their longs and their buys to get in. They're looking 5 years out. And if you are a day trader, you are not looking 5 years out. So let's look at this. Let's see what we have. So we have a high to a high. We have a low to a low. So we have a big broadening formation. If you go on the daily, I keep I'm hearing all this stuff. I'm hearing, oh, it held major support. Well, did it? Because major support to me would be this level. And we broke that level. So everybody got stopped out. And if you know the strat, you know the first thing that you need to see, we're gonna again delete all these lines. The price is not going up until we break a weekly high. So we had a 2-1-2 setup, but this got negated because of the gap up. So we opened here. So what did it do? It fell back down. The odds that this was going to be an outside week were pretty strong, except we didn't make it that week. It took the next week. So what we have is we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 weekly lower highs. Now, if you're an options trader and you bought, you're trying to buy the dip and you're scaling in and you bought weekly options, you're screwed because the price didn't go anywhere. It literally just like chugged around this area this whole time. So I just want people to be cautious of bull bias and seeing things that aren't there. I'm seeing all kinds of weird falling wedges being drawn that aren't there. People are, I feel like, imagining these things. I don't know. Be careful of that. Let's draw this broadening formation again and we'll look at it on the daily. So here it is. We are not going anywhere in PLTR until you break 25.90, which was this week's high. If you break 25.90, let's go back to the weekly chart. Your next target is 30.19. You hope, hopefully you can break through this level and hit that one. I don't know. I guess that's all I really have to say. Like I said, I haven't done a video in a long time. I don't want to make this too terribly long, but I just wanted to talk about how you could have seen this coming. And it's kind of a good thing. I mean, I know everybody's talking about, oh my God, we're crashing, whatever, everything's so bearish. But like I said, SPY is still a monthly inside bar, and it is a doji. So had we broken February's low on SPY, I mean, this pullback, this correction would have been much, 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 much worse. So if SPY can remain an inside month for now, that's good. But in April, if we break the inside month's low, be prepared for more downside. Anyway, okay. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope you crush this week. If you didn't, that's okay. I mean, there's always more trading. Just use your risk management and don't put all your eggs in one basket and have a plan. All right. I'll see you guys around Twitter. Have a good weekend. Bye.